I'm Chief Warrant Officer 4 Vic Pinion, U.S. Navy, retired, telling some stories of my naval career. This one, the Perpetual Incremental Overhaul Program for the USS Midway CV41. I had been aboard the Midway as the Catapult Rescue Vigilante Maintenance Officer for a couple of years, and we had struggled to change the way work was done. We had designed maintenance supportive management infrastructure and implemented it and got it going, which was a tough thing to do, but we got it going and it worked great. And we had designed, as directed by Captain Tom Brown, who called me up to the bridge and directed me to design an incremental overhaul program and overhaul all the Catapult Rescuer, which we had done. And that overhaul program, an intensive amount of work, and I've already told about it in other stories, but it was a struggle all the way through. And it was phenomenally successful in removing old jury-rigged machinery and repairing it and overhauling it back to design specifications and installing a whole bunch of field change, service changes. My goodness. Well, now we're coming up on the completion of that incremental overhaul plan, and I had thoughts about what happens now. The machinery will run down again if we don't continue something along this line. So I decided, totally my idea, I didn't tell anybody about it yet, but to design a perpetual incremental overhaul program, although I had not named it that yet, and meld it with the preventive maintenance system, PMS, maintenance requirements, and spread out, because it's going to be a perpetual thing. Things don't need to be overhauled at the same frequency. Different things were needed at different frequencies. But this would prevent things from all boiling up and all becoming due at the same time frame again, like it had. So I melded this perpetual incremental overhaul plan with the preventive maintenance system. And I set frequencies, like every time you did a preventive maintenance job, it didn't mean you were going to be overhauling that. You're just going to be doing preventive maintenance. But at the frequencies for the preventive maintenance plan, or for the incremental overhaul plan, we would combine it with the maintenance requirement, preventive maintenance requirement. And that way we would be saving labor, parts, materials, and cost. Be a lot more efficient. And we would be spreading out the workload over a perpetual incremental time frame. So it's not going to be as intense workload as it had been previously. So I sat down and I designed that program by myself, and then I wrote it up and I took it over and I showed it to Dick Schumann, Capsule Rep Dick Schumann, in his office, and he read through it and he got a little bit excited about it. And the ship was going to go to sea in a couple of days. He said, "Vic, leave this with me while you're at sea for this couple of weeks, and let me play with it a little bit." So I did, and while we were at sea, he played with it a little bit, made a few changes, not much, just a few. Had it typed up, and he named it the Perpetual Incremental Overhaul Plan. He showed it to me, and I read it, and I was all excited about it. And but now there's going to be a quarterly conference with the ship repair facility and the Commander Naval Air Force's Pacific Fleet people from our technical space fleet, and with the Compare Westpac people. Dick asked me, he said, "You think we ought to," or he asked me, "You think you ought to introduce this Perpetual Incremental Overhaul Plan at that meeting?" I said, "Yeah, I think it'd be a good idea." I said, "But Dick, you're a better speaker than me. You could introduce it. We'll make a bunch of copies, give each person there a copy of it. You can introduce it, and you can tell them that I designed this program and that you had some input into it and helping to design it, to fine-tune it. And we'll talk about it." Well, we did it that way. And everybody, it seemed like, at that meeting got all excited about it. I'll never pack Commander Elmer Gildersleeve took a copy of it back to San Diego with him to promote it there. And we started doing that the next import period, the Perpetual Incremental Overhaul Plan. And it was phenomenally successful. And it continued to serve that ship for, like, I left the ship in 1980. Well, the ship was decommissioned in 1982, and it had used that plan until she was decommissioned. Now, a thing that I'm particularly happy about is a version of that was used on the USS Kitty Hawk, which relieved the Midway, the home-ported ship there, and the next ship and the next ship over a long period of time. And I don't know if they're still doing it or not. They may be. But that proves to me it was a good idea. I had a good idea. How about that? End of story.